Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Studio Fusion. And we are streaming live in a few different places like YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and a couple other places. And I am Deborah and Martin.
Yes. Hello. Are you trigger happy, Deborah?
Yeah, I think so. I was like, and you are, and I was like, wait a minute, I actually introduced you. I meant to say, and you are, and then I give you Jan.
I am Martin.
We're just deciding, are we not? Are we? Yeah, I'm a little trigger happy. Today we're talking about community, and are we for or against? I think that podcasts should at least think about having a community. What do you think, Martin?
Yes, but, and it's not about, but personally and philosophically speaking, I'm thinking of a word community. Here in Swedish, you talk about commune, like the place you're living at and so on. And it's been thrown around this word community in a way.
Because when you say that commune, that's like we say commune, and that has a whole different meaning.
Yeah, and that's what I get, that philosophically speaking, that vibes. But that's why I often talk about digital town hall, that I see the building on the internet, that you have an open an entree, a door, a reception, welcoming, some ground rules for the community, how you should behave.
Right.
And then you have separate rooms where you could check in and look into. That's what I call it. But mainly speaking, it is a community. And I think you should have it. And then you start with one listener. You have a podcast for one listener, your persona or yourself or who it is. And of course, if I want to join the community and being fans, true fans, that they are really fans in a way, that they want to be listening on a regular basis, like a loyal fan, and then interact in one way or another, and then also support your work. Then, of course, I'm all for a community. And there you have this, the concept of 1,000 true fans or 100 true fans, and a community is not free to build it if you program it yourself or you use some groups. And then, of course, to find the value there. So I'm all for it, but I see the challenges also.
Right.
So.
Well, and you're right, it's not free. You're either paying, but a community isn't free because you're either programming yourself, so you're putting a lot of time and effort into it, or you're paying somebody else to do it. So it doesn't just like poof out of, out of thin air. So yeah, it costs in some way to put it together, but there's a lot of benefits. Like last week we had the whole thing where we had the video and we were talking about it and the validation of RSS and the whole thing, and that's our most recent podcast. That's a place where you can put your resources. So as we're talking here, it's like, hey, go visit our community and you'll be able to watch that video that we referenced.
Yeah, and I like that often I say, you could check the show notes and so on. Then, of course, it's a challenge. Do the listener really go to the show notes? Do they know where to go? And in Swedish, it's even harder to explain what is a show notes in Swedish. We say anteckningar, like notes, but it's an English word. And, the show notes from a movie or the title that come after the movie and so on. So you have to explain it. And then, of course, it's up to listeners. Do they want to have extra material? Do they want to click on links? Do they want to join a community? Or do they want to lurk around or whatever? But I think that's good because I have missed that. I could say that for Sugar and also Fizzle. They are both, I would classify them as communities.
Right.
And they are no more in that shape or matter, but maybe they'll, come alive again or something. So I really like a digital town hall or a digital online community.
I like your description, digital town hall. That's good. But a lot of people, I like your description. I understand it, but it seems like in the U.S. here they use the term community. So
yeah, and digital town hall, of course, could be more not political, but where it's the voter are going there and they listen to things and vote for that or raise their hands or having an exchange of ideas and discussion and debate even or discourse. I think that's good also. But there are is a good community out there for indie podcasters that I think it's Colin Gray of All02 and the podcast host that started it. And I think it's a special room for All02 users, but it's open for everyone, podcasters. What I see there again, it's the challenge to be a frequent user and come in and adding your 2 cents to the conversation, ask a question if something is, and or reply to something. And they are building it on Circle, I think. So there are lots of tools out there, and it's a matter of taste what you like. So you have now found it's interesting their business model there, how they see what other are doing, and then do it their way. And it's brand new for me, so it was fascinating to see. And I got curious again. I wondered who is behind that.
Sam Baker, and I'm familiar with other things that he's developed. I can't, right now, I'm sorry, brain dead, can't quite list them all. Sorry, Sam. But he has developed a lot of things, and I've used them and loved them, and so he's very talented as a developer. But this particular tool, I've been waiting for this because I've used School. You remember School?
Yes, you might admit to me.
Yeah,
and I thought when I saw that, and I'll be frank because I'm not the programmer on layout, so I could say that. When I looked at that design, I was thinking, where is it coming from?
It's very similar.
Yeah, but
there's more.
Yeah, but it was a bit more. Another thing, it was this about the price point and how to refer to others. And I'm all for referrals if you like it and value it and what you could do it. The thing, hopefully, plenty of users of like so-called free, quotation marks, groups of Facebook would think about that in the future. Say, is this really free, or what are we using the data?
Well, Facebook, I've heard of people using Facebook, and not to knock Facebook, but even though it's free, by the time they do all the things they have to do it for free, they're actually spending more money and more time because there's like so many people that they save money using School. And School is $99 per month. But the only reason I reference it is I love School. But hey, if I have 2 groups and that's $200 per month, that gets $2,400 per year. I can't afford it, but it's just too much,
Frank.
And I want to give away the community for free, so I don't want to charge people to belong to my podcast community. But this one, for now, for a short period of time, I don't know how long, and I know this sounds like a sales pitch, and I really am sharing this because it really is a limited time, and I can't stand hearing myself say this, Martin, because it just sounds so sleazy, like a car salesman. But they really are. They're going to go to a model that I think is like the School model, where it's $99 per month. But for a short period of time, you can actually get it for, I think, a one-time deal. And then you don't have to pay monthly. So if anyone...
That's kind of style, Absumo deals,
Yeah, exactly. Now, I got it for a really good deal, and that deal is past, where like unlimited groups and all. I mean, I feel like, like heaven sent gift,
but still, it's a value. So if somebody would join, if I could now join for free, if I value that you got that good deal, then they could stream Satoshis, they could send boostergrams, comments with payment, and of course we could add like buy me a coffee, or buy me a tea, or buy me a pizza, or buy me a Diet Coke. That's your favorite beverage, right? Because it will take time, energy, and money in a way, depending on how you're counting, to keep this community alive and kicking. As a former moderator, I know about that. So
this one has more features. Like right away, You saw that I added my domain, and I don't know that maybe School is getting that, but I didn't see that School has that feature.
Okay.
But this one right away, I mean, it took like maybe 5 minutes, and I had my domain on it, so it was really easy to do that. Super simple.
And on this, you could in the future have like video material, courses, this kind of thing also. And gamification.
Yeah, gamification, yep. But the cool thing on this one, like on school, you have to go edit a page, and that's all you get is this little tiny little spot, and that's it. And not to not school, but this design for this particular, and we'll show like next week. Maybe that's what we'll do to next week, actually show what's going on. But you can do it with cards. It's like having little business cards, but they're not business cards. They're little design cards. And I know what it's like because that's how my website is with focus cards, but I don't want to confuse people. So anyway, on the card, it's like, you pick an event and they'll show right on your homepage. They'll say, hey, this event is happening on this particular date, and it'll show it right on the homepage.
That's cool. That's neat.
So you don't have to design this homepage. You can pick parts from what you already have in the community, and it's automatically designed for you. So that is really cool. Makes it streamlined.
Then you have to do this call to action directly at now and then at the end also.
Yeah.
Where do they find the community?
For community for our podcast, it is studiofusion.club. I thought that would be an easy one to remember, .club.
Yeah, like Clubhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you serve drinks also? Virtual drinks?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We'll have like little pictures, little emoji. That's a good idea. So studiofusion.club. And what I thought for a call to action for this week's podcast, because remember, we're having a call to action every week, and you guys can track it, and we'll figure out a way to gamify that, as we mentioned last week. But I was thinking, Martin, how about something community related? So either research communities or start a community, do some kind of a community action. And if you can't think of anything else, come join our community. And that will work too. Yeah. So I don't want to force people to join our community, so I didn't want to say, hey, that's your call to action.
Fans. Create an account on True Fans.
And we will catch all of you same time, same place next week. But before I go, Martin, anything to add?
I think that's a good one. I did the call to action, but again, of course, I think join True Fans, follow Studio Fusion there, and if you like it, become a fan.
Yes.
And start listening, because I would say that I really talk about gamification. I'm on the charts there now, I think. The super fans chart on listening.
Yes.
And also, sending some donations. And if we could get more and more doing it voluntarily, of course, but get it.
Yep.
This
and then you can
really
become our super fan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
exactly. You get a piece of the profit then. Yeah. Exactly. So, you have to become a fan to become a super fan and get a piece of the profit of Studio Fusion. So, good point. So, anyway, well, thank you for tuning in. And again, we'll see you same time next week.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
This heavy load I carry, well, it's always